ones. She told herself that hard times were temporary, that Daniel's hard work would pay off eventually. But what she didn't know was that Daniel's absences weren't about work at all. Around 2019, Daniel's business began to collapse. Contracts fell through. Clients stopped paying. He borrowed money from friends, then from loan sharks, trying to keep things afloat. The stress ate at him. He stopped sleeping. He stopped talking to Sarah about what was happening. And then, during one of his trips to Cleveland, he met Nicole Hayes at a hotel bar. Nicole was 28, worked in marketing, and had a way of making Daniel feel like the man he used to be before the debt, before the shame. She listened to his problems. She made him laugh. And slowly, he convinced himself that maybe he deserved a fresh start. By early 2020, Daniel had made a choice. He told Nicole he was separated. He began spending more time in Cleveland, less time at home. And when Nicole suggested he bring her to meet his family situation, he did something unthinkable. He brought her home and introduced her as his new partner, claiming Sarah had agreed to a separation. Sarah had agreed to nothing. But Daniel had already moved Nicole into the house, giving her authority over the finances, the household decisions, everything. He told Sarah it was temporary, that he needed space to figure things out. And then, one day in March of that year, Daniel left for what he said was a business meeting in Detroit and never came back. The nightmare begins. 10:20. Nicole didn't waste time. Within days of Daniel's disappearance, she took over. She moved into the master bedroom. She changed the locks. She told Sarah that Daniel had left instructions, that Sarah and the children were allowed to stay only if they followed her rules. And the rules were cruel. Sarah was not allowed to use the kitchen during certain hours. The children were not allowed to watch television. Their toys were thrown into the garage. And then the water started. It began with laundry. Sarah would hang clothes outside to dry, and Nicole would pour buckets of dirty dishwater over them. When Sarah tried to confront her, Nicole laughed and said the clothes weren't clean enough anyway. Then it escalated. One afternoon, Emma and Jacob were playing in the backyard when Nicole appeared with a bucket. She dumped it over their heads, filthy water mixed with grease and soap scum. The children screamed. Sarah ran outside, but Nicole just smiled and said they were making too much noise. This wasn't discipline. This was dehumanization. And it happened again